And welcome back to the TheNosePlays Thea 2, the Shattering, with the Wrath of the Sea DLC. Picking up our game where we left off, and at the end of last video, I had a viewer jump in the channel and chat with me for a moment, and I told him that I would try to rename our village after him, per our conversation. So, here we are. Welcome to Sedghammer. We are going to continue, and what I'm hoping to do today is we'll probably have another shorter video, but I want to try to get our village set up to where we're basically producing tier 3 and eventually tier 4 materials at a pretty steady clip. And in addition to that, we have another group or party that's able to travel around the map. So we're going to be splitting into two groups. I think we definitely have enough people to make that happen at this point. As you can see, our idle is pretty good. You know, we got 3 full bars out of 5, so not bad at all. And yeah, there are lots and lots of resources here, which is pretty cool. But what we really need to look at is the, well, not the group info necessarily. Everybody's got really high morale because we've had so much food and food variety. We don't need to be burning that. But yeah, all this food is really helping us basically disable that. We'll use those berries for something eventually. But we're in a pretty good spot, basically is what I'm trying to say. We do have a lot of resources that we need to kind of divide up, and I need to decide which members are definitely moving out of the village and into an expedition party, and which members are staying. So, I think our 2 elf chicks are definitely leaving. Definitely going on this adventure, as well as our hunter. That is almost a for certain. And then, my instincts tell me that I should probably take, like, maybe these 2. I could also take the Zerka, but I kind of want to leave the Zerka there so we have at least, like, 2 competent fighters back at home. So this is kind of what I'm thinking of party composition wise. We'll just travel around with this group, and then this group can just stay in the village and do all of the things that we need done in the village. We have a craftsman in the village. We have somebody that's reasonably good at research in the Zerka, I believe. Pretty high intelligence. She should be able to do research pretty quickly. And then we have 2 really, really good gatherers. And then we have Theodore, who will eventually get good at a few things. So that being said, if we go to the gathering, it looks like at the moment I have people gathering Dryadwood and Malachite, and I'm not sure that that's 100% what we want to be gathering. Theodore gathering fish is fine. I'll have to think about whether or not this is really what I want to do, but I think we're going to go ahead and do it for at least one more turn because they're both very close to completing a task. So we'll let that actually play out. And then as far as crafting is concerned, we have a lot of things we could be crafting, but I don't know that we have the materials to really make anything exceptional yet. So what we really want to do is maybe look at learning some buildings and craft some buildings, or go to composites and get some composites made. We also have some foods that can be cooked. Actually, we don't have any foods that can be cooked. But material-wise, what else could we composite? Oh yes, mithril. Here we go. We'll go ahead and make that a favorite. And get her on that. And so now we'll get some mithril, we'll get some obsidian, we'll start making some stockpile of tier 2 resources. And while I'm burning through that gold, maybe it does make sense to go ahead and grab more of the dryad wood and the malachites. What I'd really like to do is get some higher level tools. Okay, so this is our party. We need to go to inventory here for a second, and we need to give them some stuff. So we're going to transfer food. Let's go ahead and transfer like half the food. And then we need to transfer some dryad wood. But we don't need very much because we can gather our own. And actually those can come over here. We don't need those with us necessarily. I would, however, like half of that. Yeah, that's probably good. That way both groups have some for rituals if they need it. And then we'll take something like... yeah, that's probably good. Just a little bit of wood. Are there any other resources? Weapons and armor, I don't know. We need that. The sailboat. Yes, we definitely need the sailboat with the expedition group. And that's probably it, to be perfectly honest. Okay. And then this group can go ahead and head over here. Alright. You follow the trail of the lost bunny. This was a quest that we started at the end of the last video. Find a pack of wolves circling an area. Their howling sounds desperate, not aggressive. Almost every wolf in the pack is injured in some way. One has a broken paw, one a swollen nose, another a bit near, and one looks like it was chewed and spat out. Let's use our hunter. You see the alpha run out from behind the tree, shouting, "New Pagadi!" He has a branch stuck in his eye. He turns to you and speaks. "Ow, it is bad, so bad. All we wanted was some good rabbit meat, juicy, succulent. But that damn thing, it's as if fate itself protects it. Please, please take it away." Alright, well, we found the bunny. This is kind of bizarre. The wolves point to you to a small clearing where a white bunny is grazing. All around you, you see oddities. Broken traps, pieces of wolf fur. There's a dead wolf under a stone that must have fallen from the sky. The bunny occasionally stops grazing and starts dancing and humming a tune. Then it stops and eats again. We have pretty high intelligence. A level 7 challenge is pretty difficult. Figure out a way to get the bunny safely, as there is clearly something odd happening here. If we resolve this, we're so good we can just go ahead and accept this. You hear grateful howls from afar, and we get an extra point of intelligence on Nayel. Go find the rabbit man. Faction loyalty has changed with the night demons. This is some type of night demon. Interesting. Increases faith, gathering, and wits. It's a high-level bunny made from leather and fish. Interesting. So even pets are made from raw materials, and you can actually recycle them, which we've done in the past. Let's go ahead and turn this on so I can see what we're near. And let's zoom out a little bit and see, is there any point in moving anywhere else? I could get the boat into the ground, or sorry, the boat into the water, and we could probably travel all the way over here in like one turn, but we could also just walk. Yeah, I guess we'll just move one spot closer. I don't really need to gather any malachite, so we're going to conserve our wood and just stay there. And I think that is good for our first turn. Now I'm going to have to bounce back and forth between these two groups periodically, which is going to be kind of annoying. It does slow the game down quite a bit. At least it slows me down, because I always feel like I need to check everything. We actually do have somebody running research, so that's good. We'll keep that running. Pack of beasts, auto resolve, easy outcome, freak stuff. Alright, and Theodore has come back. Hi there, chosen of the gods. I am your very own divine house demon. Oh, this is Theodore. I shall fight for your village, and sometimes I will join you when challenges are close to the settlement. Please do not put me in a party when you leave the village, for I cannot leave, and with me neither will you. A divine house demon. Welcome him and carry on with our adventure. I always thought it was odd that you actually have him for a full turn before that message pops up. Okay, what's our bones good at? Is our bones good at anything? Not really. I think we just take the 2 points in destiny? I don't know. Seems like it'll work. Clear the nest. Free stuff. Some ancient wood. Some XP. Go to this point of interest. Free stone and you find a hidden cellar, or rather it finds you as you painfully fall through the ceiling floor. Yeah, so we took a little bit of damage to our health, but nothing too dramatic. We should be able to heal that off pretty quickly. Again, no real reason to set up and gather or camp. And then over here, I did want to rearrange some of our people. So, we can continue to get malachite in one turn. And we can continue to get dryad wood in one turn. Is there anything else I really need? I actually do need some more coal, so let's go ahead and get coal. And I'll just keep gathering this, because we're going to use all of our gold and turn it into mithril. Okay, composites. We can't do this one anymore, so he needs a new task. What other composites can we make? Really the only ones we can make are obsidian and mithril, and we don't have the resources to make either of those at the moment. I actually can't make malachite into diamond because we don't have enough research points for that yet. So maybe malachite isn't what we need to be gathering. Maybe it's gold and some type of stone. So we do have granite or clay. Excuse me. Let's check our inventory. So it looks like we have a fair amount of sandstone, but not enough quartz. We have some clay and some granite. Neither of those in high quantities. So we could take either one of those and craft it into obsidian. Let's go back here. We need 12. And then okay. So we actually can't do this at the moment. But I could do one of these. Yeah. We'll go back to gathering, and we're going to gather one of these two resources. So, granite's actually easier to gather than clay for some reason, so we'll go ahead and grab that. I'm not 100% sure why, but it's just slightly easier, so that's what we'll do. Okay, is there anything else we need to do? We are out of movement over here. Everybody's assigned to something useful over here. There we go. The bunny man finds you on your way back. You found it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I shall come with you and be of service from now on. Oh, and Radzio gave me this gift for you. Said to tell me you thanks and good luck. Whatever does he mean? Odd child. Actually admit that you do not have the bunny. What? But why? Bring him to me, then I will come with you. Not sure what that was about. Why do I not have the bunny? Is the bunny over here? It is. That's curious. This is kind of a weird quirk that happens in the game sometimes. Basically, whenever you win an engagement near your village, any equipment or items that you get from that actually get deposited in your village. I don't remember what the distance is, but whenever we finished the bunny adventure over here, it was close enough. So basically, we have to walk all the way back again. I guess what I'm going to do is grab these points of interest. And then once we've done that, we'll take the sailboat around, get the bunny, sail back, do all that kind of stuff. Ah, Sinom. Sinom? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Sinom says, I've been loving your videos, man. Keep up the good job. Thank you very much for the encouragement. I will continue to try to put out content as much as I can. This has been a fun run so far, so I'm enjoying it. I'm likely to continue it for a while. Looks like we had a couple characters level up here, so this character's pretty well rounded. Anytime you have a character that's pretty well rounded, it's probably best to just take the 2 points. There's no holes or gaps in her ability to do stuff. And then this character, like, we're really weak in purple and yellow stats, which sucks. But we're not really going to use him in purple and yellow combat. He does have a couple of abilities that are still useful in that, like Hunter's Mark, which doesn't actually put him on the battlefield, so his low health pool in those particular challenges isn't that big of a deal. He does have Outmaneuver and Sneak Attack, which actually is pretty solid in purple. Actually not. I thought I saw a higher number. I guess it's just for red combat that it's higher. So yeah, he's still useful in those challenges with the Hunter's Mark. What we're going to do then is we're going to keep adding Perception and try to make him our strong character in case we do encounter any red challenges. We got some more mithril. Got some food cooked. And this group is out of movement, so we'll go to Sedghammer. Let's let's check in on our research. 2 turns until we get this terrain research done. That's going to be 30 points. That's going to give us another advancement point, which is going to be really helpful. We're down to 0 advancement points again. We really need to get some of that done. So that's why I have her working on that. We have run out of gold already, so we can't really do anything else with gold. New task. We should have enough granite. Yeah. So we can put her there. I'll just leave this up because we're definitely going to do it again. And then gathering. Actually, inventory. We have 14. Let's go ahead and gather some more coal before we move back into gold, so we can get some more mithril. Like that idea. Storm besieges your village for days, and among the rain clouds, some people see a figure of a little girl with a crooked face wearing a white dress. Stay alert. Soon it is clear that the Dzievanna stalks your homes, tricking children into playing with her while spreading rot and fever. Many children fall to her trickery. Dead children may change into Bazetka, and live ones attract a Dola. Okay. The Dzievanna is a tormented soul. Speak to her as a fellow spirit being. The demon child is rare and dangerous, a death bringer of sorts, but perhaps there's a way to banish her. Talk to the creature and see if you can learn more, or help the sick children as best you can. Our Zerka should allow us to complete this challenge pretty easy. Ooh. Okay. Let's see if we can do better. Victory with serious injury sounds not awesome. As long as we win the victory, damage shouldn't be permanent. This would be the problem. I don't have it. Even though the Zerka has pretty good yellow stats, she doesn't have... Yeah, this is gonna be bad for us. Okay, well... I guess we throw out our 12 damage attack. Because we just don't have much else. What else do we have that we can use? 4, 6 with the stun. He can slow something down. She does 5. He's got 6 with a stun. Man, this is just really bad. I didn't realize how bad our yellow combat was going to be over here without one of the elves. Well, he's got high hit points, so let's get him on the field. And then I guess we'll get her out. Try to spread them out in case they have any attacks that are like, you know what I'm, like a hammer or something. She can cast Protection, which is good, or she can Inspire. What does Inspire do? Decreases delay. Only selects one target. Yeah, we're just gonna have to put her out again. And then I guess we put him out just to tank. He's not gonna do very much damage, but at least he'll tank something. And this is my last point, so is there any ability worth playing? He can actually play from the back line. So maybe put him behind her or him. Let's try that. We'll see how this goes. We're definitely going to take some damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's... That could be real problematic if we don't win this. The damage shouldn't be permanent as long as we win. So, I think we have enough hit points that we actually win this engagement. Gosh, we're just going to get them all very low, but we're not actually going to defeat any of them. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll put her out again. Put a second copy of her out. Put a copy of him out. And I could add a delay to one of these. Would a delay be worth anything? If I could delay this, yes. Yeah. There we go. Now she moves in front of that. Shoot, they just moved it back. There we go. She'll get that off before that gets to act, and he should finish it off. Oh my. He'll barely get to finish it off. Whew, that was close. Okay, so because those types of challenges, and I'll try to point it out, if you complete the challenge, you actually don't lose any health. And if you lose the challenge, you don't actually lose the health from the challenge. but you do have some kind of negative consequence. There's a special name for them, and I can't remember what they're called. This is what I'm talking about. So when the card is like empty in the center, it's just an outline of a card. This is a special type of challenge, and I can't remember the name of it, but those challenges do not have permanent consequences in terms of your health pools, but they can. So like if you fail it, you could have something really bad happen, like a bunch of people get injured or some negative consequence. But the actual damage from the fight isn't permanent like it is in a challenge where the card is actually filled in. So if this was solid yellow, any damage that we took in that fight would actually be permanent. This is actually good. In a point of intelligence on our child is not bad at all. Looks like we had a whole bunch of good stuff happen. Theodore leveled up, as did one of our gatherers. He's the one that's really lucky, so we're going to go ahead and max out his luck. And then Theodore has a very weak counterattack. Each enemy that deals damage to you will also receive damage. That's actually not terrible. Or line charge, we could just increase his line charge ability. I think... not sure. This is actually pretty reasonable, and I would like to have it show up more regularly, so we'll go ahead and do that for now. We got 26 granite and 20 coal. It's probably enough coal that I can stop gathering coal for a little while and start gathering something like gold. Also, we could probably get... let's go ahead and do one more turn of fish and we'll switch over to vegetables. And then composites. Actually, we could have the kid gather vegetables. That wouldn't be a bad thing for him to do. And then composites. I can't make any composites, so for one turn, we'll go ahead and move her over here and help this get done. A little bit quicker. We'll actually put her over here and get started on that. Because when this is completed, this is probably what we want to do next. And that takes care of everybody in the village. Inventory. So what do we have for resources now? We have 1 granite, 10 clay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to just collect a lot more stuff. Party can go ahead and have a closer look. So these are the challenges that if we take any damage during them, we will actually have permanent damage to our health bars. So this is where armor and shielding is really important. We could just use our unliving to talk to them. We're very good at that. And we get some quartz javelins. Not very good, but not the worst thing in the world. We could gather some quartz, but I don't think we really need any. I've got 3 points of movement. So I could get to here. And then from there, I can go ahead and put it in the water. And then from there, we're out of movement for the turn, but I could put her on that because her research is so high she can actually complete a point of research in a single turn. Our health pools are a little bit low, but we should heal up every turn, so I'm not too worried about it. We should be gaining health every turn. Anything else that we need to... I think that's it for that turn. Alright, let's get our boat. I can get to this tile. We probably only need to go here. Having a nice fast sailboat is actually really handy. Alright, we should be able to make landfall. And while we're here, we can camp. Really? Interesting. Because the dryad wood is in our village, and maybe is being gathered right now, we can't actually gather it from this tile or something? That's sort of bizarre, but okay. I don't actually have anybody in here gathering it, but it's still locking it out. That's curious. Inventory. Food. We now have fish and vegetables. Let's turn all of our raw foods off temporarily. Don't need to burn that. Theodore is close, or slowly moving up the morale ladder, which is good. Gain some more of that, so I should be able to do this again. Yeah. We can move her down there and have that happen. And also, looks like we can make some more mithril since we've been gathering gold. I don't really want anybody on mithril just yet, so we'll just keep it as it is. If I were, she's actually really good at it, but we'll get a nice stockpile. And then I have some foods we can make. Let's take a look. Of these foods, which one are we getting low on? I only have 26 of those. We're actually getting kind of low on all of them. So let's, how many vegetables I got? 19. We got 47 fish. Let's pull Theodore off of that and have him do some cooking. We did get the terrain research done, so when we get this done, we'll pretty much have all the research that we need to do for a while. We want her doing as many other things, and then whenever she has nothing better to do, she can come do a little bit of research. Alright, and then these guys are out of movement, yeah, so actually we can do that. Yeah, there's just not really much that these guys can do, so we're gonna have to come back here and grab the bunny. So to be perfectly honest, there was like zero need for us to set up camp there. Alright, we want the bunny over here. Is there anything we need to deposit over there? We can move all of the gold, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that, and that's probably good. Oh, we got some crafting tools and some spears. But everything else we'll keep. How much food does this group have? Like 85 days worth of food? Yeah, we're fine. Alright, and then they still have a little bit of movement, so I guess we'll move to there. One of our gatherers leveled up. So his yellow health pool is actually pretty healthy with 42 points. His red health pool is not, and so I'm going to go ahead and grab more perception. Perception's a really key stat for gathering. It also helps his attack since he uses the bow. Don't need to really worry about any of that at the moment. Theodore can't make any more of that, so we'll move him over there. She can't do that anymore, so we'll put her over here. Everybody else is probably fine. And pretty soon we'll be able to craft some decent gear. These guys are out of movement. That ends that turn. You come across a secluded old hut that has seen better days. The doors are ajar, and the rattling in the wind and cobwebs and shrubbery have covered most walls. You sense a presence in the house. Observe it carefully for more signs. Go in or leave. Let's just observe. The presence is faint, fleeting, but you sense a lot of anger and confusion. This will likely be a spirit. Go inside. As soon as you step into the house, the doors and shutters slam shut, leaving you in darkness. A creaking noise comes from above. As you light your torches, you see a ladder leading up to a small landing. Consider what type of spirit presence you're dealing with. This house is clearly haunted. You can try to cleanse it by facing the spirits on their ground, but this ritual may be dangerous. You can also attempt to find whatever binds the ghost to this place and destroy it. Of course, you could just try to force your way out too. So if you have a goblin, shaman, or ghost, you get a level 4 mysticism challenge to enter the gray world and defeat the anchored spirits. Or we can look for whatever holds the spirit or try to break out by force. I think the best reward is going to come from this, so let's go ahead and attempt to do it. We get everybody in our party from both groups because we're really close to our village. And these ghosts only have about 47 points of health. 43. I think if we auto-resolve this, it's pretty easy outcome. Extra destiny on a couple characters, and some faith lost on Nael. The dark spirit is defeated, the house becomes just another old wreck. And what did we find? Anything of use? Some mushrooms, definitely useful. And a silver polearm. Interesting. This would be a decent weapon for our warrior, if our child grows up to be a warrior, as I'm hoping he will. Speak of the child. He does have a chance to become a warrior, so I'm going to take it. Begin the trials, and Stefanko has become a warrior. Rejoice! Good stuff. I feel pretty good about that. Alright, so now we have a warrior defending our village. Let's take a look at his equipment. So we've got the silver polearm. Let's actually grab him. Or we've got javelins. He also has the Alpha Wolf, which we haven't actually seen yet. I think I'll put the silver polearm on him, and then we've got this, which is 24. I like that quite a bit. He doesn't even have any gathering tools or anything at the moment, so we'll throw that on him. Yeah, not a whole lot else we can do. That's probably good. We'll have to craft him some nice gear here pretty soon. I'm not sure if this crow is worth anything to anybody. Like, 1 perception's okay, but these dogs are giving like 3. The boar is an interesting spell. The crow doesn't have any kind of an attack. I thought her yellow stats were way better than they have turned out to be. I guess part of the reason that we didn't get to use her weapon is because it was the special type of combat, and you don't get to use items or weapons in those combats. You might get to use like rings and ring effects and stuff though. Okay. How are we doing? This group is really fine. This group needs to get a move on. So we can almost make it to Bunny Man on foot. So I guess there's really no need to get back in the ocean. It's going to be 2 turns regardless of what we do. These guys cannot fight anybody. Yeah, that's how that was always going to end, in tears for them. Let's just make sure. Yeah, okay. And then over here. Yeah, we don't want to be. I think I can just go like there. No raw foods. Okay. Speaking of which, we should have some mushroom meals, right? Yeah, we do. A couple mushroom meals. And we are out. So we definitely need to get somebody cooking some of those. We'll put him on that one. She can bounce back over to here. And Vegetable Boy can keep gathering vegetables for now. We can actually move her off of this. This isn't very important. The other ones are more important because you got a lot more points for completing them. This is basically what we do if we're kind of not doing anything else. So we can bring her over here and have her help cook up some of these things. So we're kind of low on this one as well. We'll put her down there. Alright, and yeah. Okay. You found it. Thank you. Leave together. And now Tobias has joined our group. And he has brought along with him a ruby artifact. Did he actually join this group? He did not. Who do we want to put this on? I guess we just throw it on her. Give her like really high wit. That's probably fine. So Tobias is probably in our village. Yep, there he is. He has a shadow spear. That's pretty reasonable attack, except his stats kind of suck. Here, we'll give you that instead. We could just break some of these down. The ruby artifact is actually not as good as the masterwork version that we have. And this boar is the same as that one in terms of usefulness. I think Tobias has a higher perception, so a javelin's probably the best bet. So let's throw the quartz javelin on him and then give him the crow. That gives him a little bit higher damage. This can be scrapped, as can that, as can that. In fact, just about all of these can probably just be scrapped for materials. We can actually throw the shield on her. These topaz tools are interesting. We'll just hold on to the rest of this for now. Alright. So we've basically cleared everything out over here that we need to clear out. Where are we going to go next? The Lightbringer quest, and there's several things up here that we could get done. We do have 6 movement left. So basically I can move to like here. And then make for the water like so. And because we have a really strong researcher, we'll just have that running. Is there any gathering worth doing? Yeah, we can have these 2 gather. Is there any cooking worth doing? Not yet. So that's probably good. Alright, so this group is done. What do I need here? Let's send somebody out on a little expedition. Preferably... No, we'll just... Well, maybe we'll send Tobias out. Let's see. We could send Tobias out. Let's give him like 10 turns of food. Okay. And then let's give him like boop. Some wood. Expedition 2. And I'm going to get him over here and we're going to collect some berries and meat and get some more food ingredients so we can regather our... restockpile our food supplies a little bit better. I need to make sure that his group is not eating the raw foods. And then Sedghammer's cooking can be shifted around a bit. He can finish cooking that. Is there anything else that needs cooking? Not really. We'll cook some more of this. Actually, we do have a few things we could cook. Let's put her on this one instead. Alright. So now it's going to get a lot more complicated between turns because I'm juggling so many different groups. And this is one of the reasons why I don't do this in the early game. You definitely can get a lot of value out of this in terms of efficiency per turn, but the turns take a lot longer, so I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it. Swim to the western part. You discover the ruins have become a nest of Sitilica. Some of them swim nearby, along with corpses of many warriors who were perhaps lured here by a song of the sea. Attack the demons. Auto-resolve. Yeah, we win. We're pretty powerful. Our chosen does take about half of her health, which kind of sucks. We'll definitely want to recover, but again, I think we're still in the season where we recover extra health every turn, so that's good. And then we got a bunch of weird gear. Anything stand out here? Not really. Yeah, just the enchanted leather. Actually, the dazzling codex is interesting. Not that interesting, though. We've made better versions of a book than that, so we did get 21 clay. That'll be helpful. Alright, and we can get all the way to there. Yep. That's what I want to do. And then from here we can set up camp. We'll have those two gather wood. Actually, never mind. We'll have those two do research. And these two can gather wood. We should get 2 stacks of wood. Alright, so we got some more foods. Some more mithril. Slowly but surely we're getting those tier 3 resources that we wanted. What else do we want to do? I guess anything that's like over 50 can kind of be kicked from the list temporarily. It's like, yeah, everything's pretty much above 50. She can't make any more of that now, so that can go. That can go, that can go, that can go. I guess we'll just put her back over here. And she can't make any more of that, so throw her on that or this. Yeah, we'll just leave him on fish. Lots of stuff going on there. Alright. So I think she leveled up and I cleared it instead of clicking on it. Maybe I have to wait another turn now to set her skills. Expedition 1 is taken care of. Expedition 2... Does he have any movement left? Yeah. Break camp. Interesting. A moment ago, this was a lot easier to do. Huh. I wonder if he had a blessing or something that made that easier to do? I don't know. It must have been a blessing or something that was making that easier. We'll keep getting meat for a little while. Okay. Alright, we're done with this. We can break camp and ski out some stuff. So we have two options here. Grave robbers, potentially. This is the cat that keeps changing shapes. We can try to banish it. Okay, and then what is this? This is the spider cult nest that we found earlier. We could trade on a 10-turn cooldown, or we can recruit strong spiders for a price. Let's go ahead and trade. What do they have? Yeah. I mean, most of these are just tier 2 resources that we don't even have a lot of. But I guess if we have anything we could trade for them, we might as well. 5,000. Well, how much do all of our junk items we've come across add up to? Yeah, that's actually reasonable armor. We don't really need that anymore. It's reasonable armor, but we're gonna make something better than that anyways, so we just take everything. Yeah. We just take all of these raw materials for all of this stuff. The only thing about this that kind of sucks is I could just break all of these things down into materials, but a lot of them aren't really. The materials that we would get are pretty low tier. This at least has some higher tier stuff, and all stuff we can use in our composite factory with the coal mine. So yeah, we'll just take all of that, no problem. We got a little bit more movement. Auto resolve. And move a little closer to this. There's 2 points of interest here for the Lightbringers that we need to go do. That's part of the Lightbringer quest. And then there's another point of interest over here. These guys should probably set up camp and gather. Let's do research first. 2 turns, huh? Okay, so we either get the research or the wood. We can't do both. I'd rather just have the research point, honestly. We got unlimited supplies of wood. Hidden among the fog and shrubbery, you discover ancient ruins before you. Let's use our muscles. Why not? You see a dark corridor leading deeper down. The airless stare in the darkness seems to stare back at you. Go in. You descend down the winding corridor until you reach a chamber with 6 stone columns. Between them are alcoves with granite chests and vases. You spot the silhouettes of humanoid creatures hanging from the ceiling by columns. They've spotted you. Use your knowledge of demon lore and identify these creatures. Striga are unliving fiends known not only to drink the blood of the living, but also devour their entrails. Attack them with the aid of light and harmony. Since the Strigas are after blood, bloodless creatures should be able to sneak in and out without trouble. This is an option I've never had before. I have fought these guys before. Let's go ahead and try this. You carefully sneak in. The Striga stir. Their red eyes follow you, but they do not attack. Gather the loot and leave. Bone armor, a crappy hatchet, and some amber. Okay. We got some levels here. So this is her core stat, and it's a double, so we'll take it. She's got Ghost Touch or Unliving. Ghost Touch is better, so we'll just take that. And then he's got points in both of these. I think we're just going to max out Toughness so that he's actually a reasonable body at some point. Alright. Expedition 1. Five movement is not enough to get to the Lightbringer quest, so just walk to there for now, I guess. And they're pretty much done for their turn. Tobias, you can just keep farming meat until you run out of resources, basically. He's got 6 turns of food and 5 turns of fuel left. I guess we'll do like 1 more turn of meat and then I'll switch over to berries and get a couple turns of berries before we go. So he's good. And then over here, probably need to kind of move people around on some stuff. We're probably okay on gathering food. Make some more mithril. Make some more of that. That's probably good. Actually, let's get some more obsidian while we're at it. Alright, so everybody there is basically doing what they need to be doing. And it's time for us to look into which one of these we want to get next. So I have a fair amount of bone stockpiled. We could make a bunch of dragon bone. We also can very, very quickly gather malachite. So there is that option as well. And then we have some mythical leather, but we don't really have a great way to collect leather. We have to send somebody out to gather it because we don't have it near our village like we do some of the other resources. So the resources that are actually in our village that we can upgrade to tier 3, we have mithril, we have obsidian, we have dryad wood, so we could get it to ancient wood, and then we have malachite into diamond. With these 2 points, I kind of want to go malachite into diamond, but health regeneration. The school actually is really helpful. Knowledge dwells under its roof, increases research attribute, provides research points each turn, and increases the number of research slots. So basically we could grind a bunch of research really fast with that. The forge is also nice. Increases crafting slots and increases your crafting attribute. Gives you a better chance to craft masterworks. Warehouse increases gathering slots and gathering attribute. Trading post. Interesting. I think, like, if we plan on having more children, which we will, these 2 are going to help increase the likelihood of those characters being worthwhile. But I think right now research is kind of one thing we're lacking. So let's go ahead and get both of those unlocked. I'm kind of maybe sort of might have been a mistake. One thing we can do is we can just put like our best researchers over here, or at least just have her over here, so that every couple turns we're rolling over more points of research. That does slow down some of our other stuff, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's go to crafting real quick. And let's look at buildings. So we can do a school and a children's playground. So... let's see. The best ones are probably going to be made of wood. But I just actually happen to have enough obsidian to do like that. What does that look like? Wow. So that's not all that amazing. If we design one completely out of this, even that doesn't look great. What if we did that? I mean, this research points per turn is a really tiny stat no matter what we do. So our best options are probably like... It's probably going to be this. That's probably our best option. Now I could use tier 2 resources. If we use wild resources... Is that actually more? Oh wait, here we go. I didn't even see this. Interesting. Shows up to 2 highest types of essence for this craft. Weapons acquire different attack types depending on the type of essence. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So with this one, we get more research per turn, but less... Interesting. So what does that do? Oh wow, that gives us increased max faith and more research per turn. What does the ancient wood do? The wood does not give us anything. Curious. We could do ancient wood and leather, and that's going to give us half as much research but more research per turn. Yeah, I don't know how I like that. And then the obsidian doesn't seem to give us anything. But the bone actually gives us more faith. What about the children's playground? So we're looking at leather and gems for the children's playground. I definitely have enough leather. And we do have some wild bones. We could probably do something like this. Increase children's mysticism or destiny by 30%. Or increase all children attributes by 1.8. If I could get some dragon bone, we could get that up to 2.1. Or if I have enough leather, we get that to 2.0. So we need like 54 leather. What about gems? Yeah, we definitely want to use the tier 3s. Oh, I have mithril though, don't I? 1.9. Okay. Well, that's a design I actually could do. Do we have the resources for that? 14. Not quite. But I definitely have the mithril. Alright, I guess we're not going to be building anything just yet. I kind of messed up. I really needed to get the wood unlocked. And maybe the diamond unlocked before we grab the buildings. Because I don't actually have wood. And that's kind of a primary ingredient for a lot of these things. Bone is also one. And we just don't have a good way to collect bone. Well, I take that back. There are some good spots to collect bone. There's shadow bone right here. And then up here, there's blood bone and yeah, leather up here. So we could get them. I think there's leather over here somewhere too. Yeah, there's furs, there's topaz. We still have one terrain artifact over here we haven't uncovered. That's probably worth our time. That's probably where we send our group after they're done up north. We're 8 turns away from the season changing again. And so gathering is granting extra XP. We really should be doing more gathering right now, shouldn't we? Can anybody else be gathering? Everybody is gathering except for her, and she's making more obsidian. But I could actually probably put her over here. Let's get her on coal. And then while we're getting the extra XP, let's go ahead and get her on wood. Do I have any? 2. Let's just throw that on her for a few turns. And then I don't have any more gathering tools. But that's fine. She's pretty good at it anyways. Let's try to get that bonus XP for a few turns. We wanted to switch him, I believe. Next turn. Leaving the creature to its task. Free blessings for everybody. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get a couple of turns of berries and then we'll head back to camp. And this group, now that I think about it, maybe they should be doing something else.
So, you done the deed?
Okay, this is the Red Ridge Bandits. Haha, I say, you've done good. We've been trying for a long while. Gods be damned, you're good, you are. Go and look around the cave to your heart's desire. We ain't gonna bother you or your odd friend. Who knows, you might have made us into honest folk yet. Now that we don't have so many scoundrels about, we may settle. Gods be with you, friend. thank him and go inform the alchemist, or Bear keeps eyeing you, looking very pleased. He seems to want to follow you. Sure.
Yeah, you got me there, you did. I mean, I've been trying to follow the gods, but my band here, they're just not God-fearing enough. Say, my son is ready to do some banditry out of my shadow. What say you to me coming along with you for a while?
Yes, I will take Captain Bear. He's actually a really decent character. Pretty high-level warrior, if I'm not mistaken. Or bandit, similar to a warrior. Agree and go inform the alchemist. He may end up back at our village. I don't think he's going to be part of this group, but we can check. Yeah, he did not join this group. Which is fine. Kind of annoying, but fine. So, let's take a look at Captain Bear. Where is he? There. No? Did I just not see him? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he did join this group. Never mind. He has some crappy armor and a crappy axe. We can give him some slightly less crappy armor and an equally crappy axe. So, yeah. Okay.
You finally enter the Red Cave, and you now realize the meaning of its name. The walls and floor are rough, layered with blood-red moss and black veins. Faint crimson light lingers beneath this odd canopy, pulsating quietly in slow rhythm. He stares, his mouth wide open and eyes lit up, and gestures for you to move forwards. You move through this odd tunnel and find several paths, some leading to small alcoves that are clearly used by the bandits as storage. Other paths are entirely collapsed. The only remaining way leads to what looks like an entrance to another larger tunnel, but there is a membrane blocking your way. You examine the structure of this barrier and sense ancient weaves of magic combined with a life of its own, as well as the artifice of dwarves. Through magic, you can weaken the weaves and thus hopefully walk through.
We'll just auto-resolve
Carefully,
this.
you unravel the complex weaves that keep the barrier up, and the whole thing collapses, allowing you to enter. You stand in a dark chamber, covered still in the strange moss, but here, you see a deep hole in the middle, the earth and stone around it torn from within. And from this hole, cracks spread out like the sun's rays. They are small here, yet you see bright light within, and you sense enormous power within, pulsating, spreading. And yet, from your divine connection, you also sense that this is a mere outlet, not the source.
Fascinating. I've heard of such things. Of course, inanimate yet living is not a thing of myth in Slavia. No, but at this scale? This cave, it has residues of great power, but also echoes of life. Alas, I admit, I need help if I am to solve this.
We're gonna go ahead and skip the story, but actually, there's the elf option here, which we didn't have before. Add that you also sense an overwhelming imprint of light here, and the source seems to dwell somewhere much deeper. You will indeed need to counsel an elder. A dwarf will do, but an elderkin master will surely do even better.
A burst of light, eh? I'll test for that too then, thank you. Yes, a master of your kind, old enough to have lived in the days before the awakening. They may hold such knowledge still. Although I would rather hear it from the horse's mouth, as it were. Dwarves seem inevitably involved in this, but your choice.
Ask where to search.
That is an excellent question. I would wager that traveling to the lands of stone and metal, where dwarven survivors now dwell, is a sure bet. Now, you could also look for some elder long-ears, elves that is. Once they're old enough, the likelihood that they meddled in the affairs of the world grows exponentially. Find them in ancient forests, and who knows, maybe goblins or orc know something. Just remember to find their villages, not just random folk. Failing that, I do know a place, but it will be a matter of brute force and likely much more difficult. A dwarven smith of great renown is held captive by trolls. I happen to know where. Go, free him, and he will be unbound to aid you.
Alright. So, we're getting really close to getting our second special seed. You only get like 2, maybe 3 of these in the entire game. They're very rare, and they're mostly part of the main quest line. They're used for very, very special things. We used our first one to make our village, and that's one of the ways you can use it. You can also craft it into some very powerful items, which is nice. Make your chosen a really powerful item to start the game. Or, in rare cases, as in my last playthrough, if you happen to die, your chosen, you can sacrifice the seed to resurrect yourself one time, which is nice. We're about to get our second one. We might get it... I can't remember if we have to finish the next part of this quest or if he gives it to us after I end the turn. But sometime after you finish the Red Ridge Bandits quest, you get your second seed. So we're almost 200 turns into the game at this point, and it's pushing an hour and a half on time. So I think once we finish this turn up, we are pretty much done. Is there anywhere else I can get to that's of any use? I kind of want to get somewhere where I can gather wood. I guess if we go there, there's a chance that we might interact with these guys. Research. Get the research and gathering. Alright, Expedition 2. He should just be gathering fruit. That's good. And then over here, everybody's still gathering. We're just going to keep gathering for now. There's only 7 turns of extra XP per gathering, so... Ah, there it is. Okay. Welcome, Chosen. I can't stay in chat, but I hear you are making progress in solving this whole Shattering business. I was sent to give you this and wish you luck. The gods watch over you. Bye-bye. So we've got our second cosmic seed. So, this is actually the perfect place to stop the video right here. The last thing that I want to ask you guys is if anybody does watch this to the end, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you think I should do with my next cosmic seed. Whether I should save it in case I die, maybe use it to create a second village, possibly over in the Elven territory, or maybe use it to craft a very powerful item. So whatever you think we should do with the second cosmic seed, leave it in the comment section, and that is probably what we'll end up doing. But I'll let it go for a day or two, and then we'll see what people say. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. I am getting a little bit of feedback from some of my viewers, and I appreciate that very much. If you do enjoy my content, please leave a like and leave a comment and let me know anything specific that you would like to see, whether it's in this particular playthrough of the game or maybe a future playthrough or even another game. I do listen and respond to almost all of the people that leave comments, so thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful evening.